It's always exciting to see a filmmaker take an established genre and move it into fresh, new, exciting directions. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I do want to keep this episode brief, but I'm required to say by law that this is the Kazdoy Closet. I'm Kazdoy. This is not my closet full of all the stuff that I love. We're shooting al fresco today because it kind of relates to the film. And that film is one of my favorite Blu-ray releases from 2021. It's Memories of Murder. Let's check it out. The film we're talking about today is indeed Memories of Murder. This was made in 2003. It's 131 minutes. It's in color and in Korean with English subtitles. It's based on a true story of some serial killings that took place in a small rural community in South Korea. 10 women were raped and murdered between the years of 1986 and 1991, and the police investigated over 20,000 people for this case. It's a very well-known case, very unusual for that part of that country. The director was Bong Joon-ho. This is only his second feature film. He's best known for Parasite, which was the first foreign language film to win the Best Picture Oscar. I've seen several of his films. I like his stuff. Sometimes I think he goes a little too overboard and a little too extreme near the final act of his films. This one, I actually thought he was a little more restrained. I didn't get that feeling in this one. So why is this one of my favorite releases, Blu-ray releases from 2021? Well, there's a few reasons. Like I said, he takes the serial killer genre into some unexpected, unpredictable directions. The detectives in the film are very flawed people. They make some really good decisions and some really bad decisions. And some of them can be vain, they can be quite violent, they can be sexist as well. But the thing about this film is every character in here is interesting. Just like a good film noir, even the minor characters are interesting characters. The direction is very confident, very effective. His choice of his shot selections, his choice of how he's moving the camera, his use of sound, his use of lighting, all very effective, but it doesn't draw attention to itself. It's not flashy or stylish just for style's sake. It actually serves the story. And one criteria I usually use for a film that I think is great is, does it stick with me the next day? And do I think about it for days later and want to see it again? And that definitely applies to this. Especially the ending is quite memorable for me. Now, Mrs. Kazdoy Closet watched this with me. That's a rare occasion. She liked it, not quite as much as me, and what bothered her was there's a lot of slapping going around. A detective might slap another detective for doing something dumb. They slap the suspects. They treat the suspects pretty badly in this film. And it is a little jarring at first to see the slapping going on. But there was another film called The Human Condition I talked about in another episode, and that was a Japanese film, and in the military, took place in the military, and the military would slap the privates and the soldiers around quite a bit. So I don't know if this is a cultural thing, if it's unusual, but it didn't bother me. It didn't take me out of the film at all. For all the reasons I gave today, Memories of Murder, I'm going to give 5 radios out of 5. Why radios? Again, it's an important part of the film. So what's on this disc? Well, there's a lot. This is a Criterion Collection disc, and in fact there's so much on here that it needed 2 discs to contain it all. One disc is the film. The other disc has several things on it, including a analysis by Guillermo del Toro, which was quite good. There's a analysis, a visual essay on the use of sound in the film, and that was very good. And there's an interview with the director, a brief interview about the serial killings, and that's really good. There's a feature-length documentary, which I think is even longer than the film itself. I didn't watch that, but I'm sure that's a good one too. There's commentary. There's a short student film by the director. I haven't seen that, but there's a lot to see on here, as you can see. Now, the good news is, where can you see this? If you have Hulu, apparently it's showing on Hulu right now. The other good news is it's probably available through your public library since it is from 2003. I'm going to guess they have it somewhere. You can always rent it. You can always buy it. anyways, Memories of Murder. One thing I don't like about this is the booklet that comes. The booklet's fine, but it's one of those fold-out things, and I think they're just too kind of cumbersome, and I like the traditional booklet better. So, I recommend that one. Hope you like this episode. Feel free to leave a comment or a suggestion down here. Leave a thumbs up. Don't leave a thumbs down. Subscribe would be great. Trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of January. I think I'm up to 94. That's my goal. Share this with your friends and neighbors. Otherwise, thanks for watching. See you next time.